Alright, next thing on the list. I had this old 2300, Holly 2300 carburetor. I'm gonna try it on the Jeep. Like I said in another video, the 2150 is giving me a lot of troubles. And I got this from the guy I bought the 360 from. He threw it in. It was pretty garbage. When I took it apart, I mean, it's all very gummed up. So I'm gonna try a low buck rebuild. I'll buy the rebuild kit from Mike's Carburetor Parts, and that's kind of where I've gotten everything for the 2150 in the past. And just go from there. It'll be, I don't know, less than $100 for me to see if I can even get it. I really want one of those ultrasonic cleaners, but I'm not spending any money on anything until I have that 360 in the Jeep. That's it. Except for the axles that I talked about with the hubs and all that. That's the only thing that's gonna happen soon. Other than that, I'm not spending any money on any tools or anything until the 360 is in. So I'm gonna let this soak in some degreaser overnight, and then I'm just gonna start cleaning it by hand, and hopefully that gets me about as good as I can get it. And we'll see where it goes from there. Alright, stuff's been soaking overnight. Let's see if it did anything. I hope it did, but time to scrub away. Look at that, it's coming off. It's taken me a long time to clean all these parts, but look at this. You see that little gasket material? That stuff has been a bear. I'm gonna try some red Scotch-Brite to get it off. Hopefully that'll work. I mean, this stuff's been soaking for days now. So, scrub away. Hey, and check it out. I finally bought some gloves. Gloves are freaking expensive. Alright, well, here's everything clean. And I'm giving up. Like I said, I'm trying to save all my money until I get that my 360 built. And I don't know, I've read enough stuff on forums that I just don't think this is going to be the solution to my immediate problem with my 2150 carburetor. So I don't know, I'm gonna shelve it for now. Throw it in a box maybe one day when I feel like tossing $50–60 at something. I'll get back into it, but otherwise all the parts are here, all the parts are clean, and the carburetor kit is $40 from Mike's Carburetor Parts. So Oh well. At least I got to piddle with something, right? Alright, so kind of abandoned that Holly 2300. I just determined it wasn't really right for a 258. Determined that based on what I read on online forums and all that, where you basically learn everything now. So what I did and what I said I wasn't going to do, because again I'm building that AMC 360 and I really just didn't want to spend any money on my 258, but it's gonna be months and I've got to, my Jeep is my daily driver. So what I did is I ended up buying one of these cheap, less than $100 Amazon replacement carburetors. I really hope this gets me by for the next few months. You know, it looks decent. It's very shiny. There is some immediate differences that I see, but it's not any like big game changer, really. The accelerator pump well isn't as deep as the one that is on my current 2150, that one. But I mean, that's really kind of it. I've got some stuff to swap over before I just plop this down into the Jeep. I did one of the Brennan Metcalf upgrades to the 2150. I plugged off one of the air horns. It's supposed to help with fuel not sloshing over too much when you're climbing hills and off camber and all that stuff. The other thing he usually does is extends this other hose or other horn a little bit with a piece of hose. I took that off while I was trying to diagnose this carburetor just to make sure it was breathing okay. The other thing you have to do to make these work on, so there's still a little bit of fuel in here, to make these work on the 258 is figure out a way to adapt the throttle linkage, the throttle to the throttle linkage. The way I did it on this one, I just went to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever and bought this piece of angled metal and basically drilled holes so it fit the setup that's on the 2100 and 2150s. And that was it. I don't know if you can see that ball end there. That connects to the ball end that's on the stock 258 throttle linkage. So I'm going to swap that over. I don't know if I'm going to put that on. I might run it kind of as is for right now, just to make sure it works okay. I do have to put the fuel inlet barb on it. That one, the Amazon one didn't come with one, so I gotta throw that on there as well. But I mean, that's kind of it. Should go quick. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully it'll run okay. All right, I got the new Amazon carburetor swapped over. It was fairly straightforward. The little adapter plate, or not plate, but the adapter that you got to use to put the 2150 throttle to the 258 throttle cable. There was some minor differences between the two. So I had to kind of fiddle with that a little bit. But other than that, I mean, it went straight on. No big hang-ups or headaches at all. The one thing, the fast idle setting was set a little too much. So I wanted to idle at like 2,000 RPMs. So I adjusted that. And then I got the slow idle at 750, 800, somewhere around there. The idle jets, they were out 2.5 out of the box. I set them back at 2.5, and I could actually go back in about a quarter turn based on the readings on my air fuel ratio. mixture. So, I mean, it started right up. Cranked it enough just to get fuel in the bowl. And that was all it took. I mean, it's already idling better than it did with that old carburetor, so I'm gonna go on a test drive here in just a second, but it's already warm. I've been letting it sit here and idle. But hopefully that was it. Can't believe I put that off for so long. This thing was only 80 bucks, and then it had like a $5 coupon off as well. It was crazy. As long as it lasts about another year until I get the 360 done, man, it's golden.